Amen.
All right.
Well, Melody, how are you doing today?
I'm always good, Mark.
Exciting. No,
When was-
stop.
Let's do the blooper sometime. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Blah, 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 blah.
we're doing a blooper reel right now.
Yeah, blooper, blip.
Yeah. You're all like, who is this crazy group on the television today?
Let's jog right here. Let's get
How you doing?
get active. Great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Always feel good.
I just got back from a trip.
I know you
Got a
did.
little congestion.
I know you did.
It's that hot and cold.
Well, no, Mark,
Flying.
we never stop. Even when we're home, we have something agenda because we have all these programs to film. We've got so many sets that we're doing programs on.
Good.
You are booking constantly. I pretend like I'm booking constantly. I'm always finding something to do. There's never enough time in a day. I think I need to get rid of something, probably sleep.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's all time and money. We've talked about that before.
It is time.
But what do you have for a little congestion and?
Well,
you got a home remedy for me?
Oh yeah, chest congestion.
No, just sinus, just nasal.
Sinus.
Yeah.
I like the peppermint oil on the
Ooh.
sinus area. Open up the sinuses.
Yes.
But you know what? But before the end of the program, I'll have him put some peppermint oil on his sinuses here. It's amazing. Sometimes your eyes water a little bit. Man, it just opens them right up. Lemon honey, I like that. There's so many things.
I do that
Garlic,
quite a bit.
garlic's another good one.
And what about the charcoals? Do you do anything with the charcoals? Because I've done that a few times, and it just seems to help a lot.
I like charcoal for everything, but if you've got a sore throat or some yucky stomach, anything going on, I like to take the tablets and suck on those.
Yeah, it just seems to suck all those toxins and.
I can't remember the
things
last
out of
time
you.
I took medicine. It's probably been 6 years.
Yeah.
Since I've taken any medicine at all. And if I feel just like I'm getting a little bit tired, I pump up the vitamin
That's
C.
what I do, yeah.
And the Sambucol. I was telling you about the Sambucol the other day, which is it is a wild elderberry extract. And it really helps fight off any cold flu coming on. And I just kind of throw all that vitamin C in my body and that Sambucol. And
Amazing. I'm telling you, this lady knows home remedies. In fact, every time I go around the country, people are like, hey, what do you do about this? What do you do about this? And I'm like, here's Melody's card. Give her a call.
And you know, the amazing thing, Mark, is no matter how much passion I have for food, and I love to cook, I have as many natural remedy seminars, simple home remedies is what I call them, as I do cooking.
Maybe we could have a way to fund this ministry. We'll put the flashing phone number on the screen. Call this number 1-900. Only $38 per minute. Something like that.
That'd be great.
Hi, this is Melody. How can I cure you? Well, my hair is falling out. Oh, I've got the perfect remedy.
Well, having said that, I have Hashimoto disease, which is an immune thyroid. And so it does a number on your hair, folks. I used to have the thickest head of hair, always had fine hair. But you can take, I use organic, the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And you scrub that really good into the scalp. And you just leave it sit on your hair while you're in the shower for a little bit and then rinse.
Wow.
And that's really good. And tea tree oil is another thing to really scrub the scalp good and put a towel down on your pillowcase and lay with it overnight. Of course, you're not going to go anywhere the next day to shampoo, but at least 24 hours, and it really helps anything that's clogging up those hair follicles.
Wow. Did I tell you what happened with my thyroid tests?
No.
Here's what happened. I was really feeling drained and weak and tired and I'm just trying to sleep 15 hours a day. And so the doctor had me go down and do thyroid tests, and they do like 3. You don't want the doctors to do
T3 and T4.
Yeah, you don't want them to just do one test. They did all 3 of them, and I was low on one of the thyroids, and so he put me on a thyroid pill, which was the thyroxorin or something like that.
Thyroxine. He probably put you on. I can't think. It wasn't Armor.
No.
It was probably. It'll come to me. I'm having this sometimes.
So he puts me on one pill, right? And once you have thyroid problems, sometimes you have that for the rest of your life, So, but what I did was I started taking these pills every morning. Immediately I felt better. I had more energy. It was like, hey, this is a happy pill. I'm going to love these,
Was it Synthroid?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
All right.
But what happened was after a couple weeks of taking those pills, I started getting rashes on my legs. Yeah, and I stopped taking them, the rashes went away. I started taking them, rashes come back again. Did that 3 times over a couple week period, right? And so now it's about like a month later, 6 weeks later, I finally quit taking them altogether.
Because your body had all it needed.
And then, 2 months later, it was time for my annual blood tests. And so he went and did it again, and he says, hey, your thyroids are perfectly normal. And I said, I have not taken these pills in 2 months. And he says, I'm just one of those rare cases that my thyroids just needed a little jump start. And he says, you'll be fine. He says, maybe 5 or 10 years down the road, you might need to take those pills for another week just to get your thyroid perked up and say, oh, wait, I'm here to do a job. And he says it's very rare that people, are this way. But I thought, and so don't let your doctor think that you need to be on thyroid medication for the rest of your life, or something like that. But isn't that something? I just,
it is.
Yeah, and I feel good, even though I'm not taking the medicine.
Right. Well, your thyroid has
It
perked
just
back
needed a
up.
jump start, yeah.
Radishes are great, Mark. So when you're out there on the road and you're doing salads or any of your vegetables, buy plenty of radishes. In Japan, they use radishes to help boost up the thyroid.
And I do the seaweed, so.
And you do the, I've seen
which
you
is
eating
really
that.
good for the, it's good.
I
Just
haven't
like
reached
potato
that
chips
one.
to me. So,
It is.
yeah.
I've never been one for fish or even to smell any oceany things. I love to go to the ocean. So.
Amen.
Anyway.
Well, we've got some cooking to do, and we
better.
will not be cooking any fish today. I'm sorry if that's what you tuned in for, but we've got something better. So let's go to the kitchen and
Let's do it.
see what we can
All
create
right.
today. Hey, Mark Anthony here to show you the easy way to shuck some corn. And let me tell you, I just took some corn, put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. Just put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. We're gonna give this a slice. Make sure you're slicing all the way through it. And then just give that baby a squeeze. And just like that, you have the corn and everything just like that. Is that the easy way or what? All right, one more time. We're gonna cut this here. You want to cut all the way through it, give yourself a little space there, and then just squeeze that baby out of there. 1, 2, 3, look at that, hot corn, ready to go. That fast, that easy. And you got to make sure you cut through it. There you go, got it. So how fast and easy was that? Anyway, we like showing you the easy way to cut stuff in the kitchen. So I'm just going to get this cut up because we're going to make some dishes with it later. So enjoy the fast, simple, intelligent way to cook in the kitchen.
Hi, Melody Prettyman here with your health tip for today. I want to talk to you about one of my favorite snacks, and that's popcorn. Popcorn is so good for you. It's low in calories, low in fat when it's air popped, and it's a complex carbohydrate, so it's a good energy food. You can buy the popcorn like right here. I buy it in bulk. I like the little, the small kernels. Doesn't get stuck in your teeth so much. Also, I like the sweetness of the blue popcorn. You know what? What better way to have a healthy snack? And remember, you're just one bite away from healthy living. Hi, welcome to another edition of Mark and Melody in the Kitchen.
Mark and Melody in the kitchen again.
Again, what are we doing today? It looks like you've been out walking in a cornfield.
We are up to our ears in corn. I mean,
Yes, we are.
Get it? Ears.
You know, I love corn. Corn's one of I got it. Corn's one of my favorite vegetables. I love it. Mm-hmm. And we know corn to be a good complex carbohydrate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I always remember in the olden days, knee high by the 4th of July.
Is that really?
That was the old saying. Yeah.
Well, you know, living back in the north, the cornfields, you can actually get out of your car and walk over, and they're much taller than we are. But when you're down in the south, they're shorter.
Really?
Yeah, they are. I don't know if it's different types of corn or just the climate.
Could be.
I've noticed
a little
that.
of both. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we going to do today with all this corn?
This right here is an entire bushel of corn. And
This is a bushel of corn.
we are prepping this
Okay.
for freezing.
For freezing.
So we're going to get it boiled off and then shock it in cold water. Just blanch it, shock it in cold water, and then freeze it.
So if I knew nothing about corn and how to freeze it, would I just take this corn on the cob like it is and stick it down in the boiling water?
No. We have to shuck all this.
We have to shuck corn. Oh,
Yeah.
shucks.
Oh, shucks. You know.
Well,
But,
does
you
that
know,
mean we need to start shucking?
pretty quick here, yeah. You know the thing about it though is that people have a psychological fear of corn nowadays. Everybody's like, oh, I don't eat corn. That's bad for you. And you know, corn is one of the healthiest, best foods you could ever possibly eat. You know, you know more about nutrients than I do. You're like the nutrient genius.
Well, there are approximately 83 calories in an ear of corn.
In 1 ear of corn.
1 ear of corn. Now, we're not talking butter and all the junk you put on it. We're talking about a great ear of corn. And honestly, when I eat my corn, you've seen me eat corn. I don't put butter on my corn.
And we're not putting any oil, any salt, any milk.
Nothing
A lot of
in
people
there.
put milk in here.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
To make
that's
it creamier?
commercial or, yeah,
Okay.
it gives it a...
But you're talking about 83 calories, and there's a lot of corn on there when you start eating it. Because if you ever taken corn and cut it off the cob, and then you've got this big pile of corn there, and there's only about 8 grams of fat from that serving of corn, so it's less than 10% fat.
And I would guess a half a cup.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
So
at least half a
10%
cup.
fat.
Yeah, less than 10% fat on it.
So that's a good thing.
It is a good thing, but let's go further. Let's take the corn and process it.
Okay.
Let's make
well,
it.
let's not, but
But just for the sake of talking, let's take it and process it. Now, if I want corn oil, and I'm using a tablespoon of it, now what are my calories?
corn oil is
Corn oil.
120 calories and 120 fat calories. So
it's 100% fat.
right.
And
right.
that's just from the
120
processing.
calories from fat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I don't know what we're doing.
15, 16. That is how much corn it takes to make a tablespoon
of oil. Right, exactly.
of corn
I knew that.
oil.
Yeah.
So if we're taking 16 ears of corn, I don't know about you, Mark, but I'd rather take this 1,200 or 1,360 calories and eat them with less than 10% fat. Well, I can't eat that in a day. I can't eat that in 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
And I'm getting all the great fiber, the complex carbohydrates. This is the fuel my body needs.
Yeah, and if you think about a tablespoon of oil, that's not a lot.
Plus, that oil comes with something. You're going to fry other foods in it, so you're getting additional calories. We're just talking about the oil itself.
Right.
Is 1 tablespoon, and it's approximately 16 ears of corn.
And then people wonder, what's the problem with our health in society today?
And then they'll
It's
say,
'cause
"Oh, I can't eat corn. It's a bad starch."
it's a good starch.
It is a good starch. It's a good complex carbohydrate until we process it and make something else.
Yeah,
out
look
of
at
it.
the starch solution by Dr. McDougall. I mean, you have to have more starches in your diet.
You
People
do.
are also psychologically brainwashed into thinking, oh, corn is all GMO. You know, you've heard that before. We've talked
have.
about that before. 90% of the corn is GMO, but 50% is for farm animals, 40% is for biodiesel fuels, and the other 10% is what the humans eat. And most of the corn is not genetically modified. Genetically modified corn, you can't even eat it. It tastes so horrible. That's why they have to spice it up. They have to do all these. But I would imagine that the oil that you're talking about could very well be genetically modified.
Could be
because they're just extracting.
they would use more of the field maize.
Right, they're just extracting,
what they're using
and
for
so
it.
you're going to get a lot of genetically modified. But if you get the whole kernel corn like this, you're not getting that genetically modified food, and that's what we want to do. Is
And I like, I love polenta. I like the grit, the dried corn, and they make it into a grit. That's good. It's less processed. I love to eat the corn by itself. I'm not so fond of canned food by any means because of the aluminum. Also, usually the sodium that they put in there. So I do like to freeze my corn.
True,
if I can't
true,
get it
yeah.
in season fresh, then I will buy it frozen.
and that's what we're doing today. We're going to bag this stuff up after it's done and freeze it up, and kind of show you a fast forward on the whole process. But there was one other thing too, was when it comes to the nutrients, it's going to have protein.
It surprisingly,
High protein.
It does. It has your protein. Everybody's so worried about protein. Trust me, just your fruits and vegetables alone gives you more protein than you need in a day because we don't need as much as what they say
high
we
protein.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, I love corn. Look how beautiful, Mark. I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. Do you eat your corn raw?
Once in a while, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, nothing tastes any better than fresh corn on a salad. Mm-hmm. Raw corn right over my salad.
In fact, we'll probably take a few of these and just cut them up raw.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're good to go. So, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna
Shuck
away, and we'll just speed up the camera, so we'll come back with the finished product. But let's get going.
What happened to that pile of corn?
And I'll tell you, what was that, less than 5 minutes?
Yeah, of course, they probably seen it in seconds because all the fast forwarding. I can imagine what that looked like.
But you know, people are always like, oh, I don't want to mess with it, it just takes up too much time, and this was no time at all. And
We haven't really, in real life time, how much we spent? 3 minutes?
Less than 5, yeah, probably 4, 3.
For all
So,
of that. I don't know how many years, but you got almost half of it in the water. Now, we were talking whenever we were shucking about what the purpose is of actually blanching the corn.
We're going to do a lot of recipes with this, and that's why we want these baggies that you'll do. But yeah, for cream corn, corn chowder is a big one that we're going to make.
Love corn chowder.
Different things like that. You got a few ideas too.
Oh,
though.
there are so many recipes you can use with corn. So hopefully in a segment not far from this that we're going to have, we're going to show some of those recipes.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll just chop it off and throw it right in a salad. That's one of the biggest things to do. So this is going to go for about a minute, bring it to a boil for a minute, then we're going to shock it with cold water, do the other batch, and then we'll come back and show you the finished product.
All right. That was pretty simple, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
I think it was.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, we shucked the corn and you put it in
Less
the
than 5
boiling
minutes.
water. What did you do from
10
that
minutes
point?
there. And then I just threw it right in the sink and gave it a little ice cold bath. Just shocked it in cold water. I didn't even use ice or anything, just shocked it in cold
Shocked
water.
it in cold water.
And there you go.
And all
That's
the
what
little
you got.
whiskers seem to come off. I mean, it's so easy. You don't have to
They do.
sit and scrub. So, I mean, they're nice and clean and they're already blanched.
Yeah.
Now what?
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I could eat
So
it just like that.
We are just going to start cutting away. Now you can cut it on a cutting board. A lot of people do that. I want to just show you a different concept to cut. You can take a plate and put it upside down here, and then you're going to just cut like this, and then all your corn kernels are going to stay right in the container. So that's kind of just a fun little clever way you can do things.
I normally do it the unclever way, where I've got more corn out there than I do in the dish. So I really like this.
So one way you can do it, I like doing it on the counter too, but I just wanted to show you a little concept that might work for you. So, but we're gonna get cutting, I guess.
Start cutting.
And cutting and bagging, right?
I will bag. I'm the bag lady today.
Let's cut and bag. Here we go.
And we're just using the quart freezer bags right now. And Mark is phenomenal about the organization of his freezer. And I'm just the opposite, honestly. But he's so good about freezing everything and stacking it so nice that you just open up the door, reach in, grab your frozen vegetable or whatever product, beans, you do rice, beans, just about everything. And some of you might wonder, well, why go through all the bother? Well, there's great reasons for that. One of them, Mark, is economic. It's so much more economical to do this yourself, isn't it? Especially if you have a large family, even if you're by yourself. I freeze for myself all the time as well. That way I don't have to go to the store, especially when the weather's bad outside and I'm home. And we don't get to stay home that much because we travel all the time, but it's really nice just to go to the freezer and grab what we want.
Yeah. It's all about time and money. And I would rather spend my time saving money,
My money.
and get a healthier product.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
All right. Mess is cleaned up.
That didn't take long at all,
No,
did it?
not
I
at
mean,
all.
seriously, I know there was 2 of us, but like your children, it's a family project.
Yeah.
Even if I did it all by myself, Mark, this was an easy task to do. I've got something here.
And look how much corn you have. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And these are packed.
10 and a half, 11. Yeah, 11.
And I did look up on a can of corn, Mark. And do you know in a can, the average amount of sodium per can is almost 700 milligrams of sodium? That's for a can. And there's anywhere between 3 to 3.5 servings in a can.
So it's not just corn, but you're getting all the,
You're
and
getting-
who knows if chemicals and...
You're getting the aluminum, you're getting the sodium. It's unreal. And this can, a lot of times you can find the canned corn for like $1 a can.
Yeah.
So we feel like we've got at least
40.
4. So if we've got 40 cans here, so that would be $40, and it's far less. We paid less than half
Half.
than that for the bushel.
half the price. We saved $25 basically. And for an hour's work, I mean, how many of you are making $25 an hour at your job?
Yeah.
Well, look at, you just made $25 for sitting at home, saving money. And so that's one of the biggest things, is to save money.
Cost and the nutrition.
And the health,
The
because
health
you're
side
not
of
adding
it.
all the chemicals
Exactly,
and salt.
you're getting it so natural. And folks, I'm going to tell you, I used to eat a lot of butter and salt and pepper on my corn. I have so much, there's so much delight in just sitting down and eating
Yeah.
corn now. I love the taste
Yeah.
of the corn. I don't need to mask it anymore.
And so what do you got here? You've got corn, fresh on salads. You could just have it for a side dish.
Sure.
Pop it on potatoes.
Corn chowder, I
corn
love
chowder.
soup.
This is what this is going to be for. This right here, I'm making corn chowder. And so we're going to throw this in a pot and just make it basically like a stock pot.
Right.
And get all that flavor out of there and make a corn chowder.
Oh, I can't wait. Is that going to be an episode? Or
That's
we
our
gonna
next
do-
program.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
So.
Yummy. Yummy for us.
So there you go. I mean, it's easy. It's going to save you money. Kids can help, have fun in the kitchen, and teach them how to eat healthier.
Absolutely. Live a healthier life.
That's it.
And for less. You know, I get that a lot in my seminars. I don't know if you do too, Mark, but people are always questioning, oh, I'd love to eat healthy like this, but I can't afford to. They cannot afford
Or
not
not
to.
to.
And not
Exactly.
just in their health, but financially. Because
Yeah.
what was it you were telling me yesterday, a quote, was it Dr. McDougall had said?
No, Hans Deal.
Hans Deal?
Hans Deal, they did studies. Hans Deal's got the CHIP program. They've helped hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. And they found out that the average person who goes from a meat Western diet to a vegan smart diet saves about 40% in their grocery bills.
In cost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
40.
and far less time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the way I cook now and I eat, I know when I'm here at Mark and we're filming together, we're cooking, it probably on average, do we spend more than 30 minutes preparing a meal?
Right. We'll spend a little more prep time like this, but then when it comes to getting a meal, boom, boom, we're done.
We're done,
Right.
that quick.
So it saves us on an every day when we're busy in our busy lives.
It really does.
And-
And I might devote one day to really doing some prep, freezing or something like that, especially
Yeah.
during the canning season,
Yeah.
when
You're
the
home.
fruits, vegetables are in season. But outside that,
Yeah.
my kitchen time is zilch.
Yep. So there you go. a way to save money and eat healthier. And Mark and Melody in the kitchen again. And we'll see you next time. Mark Anthony here with your doctor of the day. I've always got different doctors. I find the intelligent doctors that know what they're talking about. And of course, a lot of doctors know what they're talking about. They just don't have the information that they need to have in order to know more about what they're talking about. But I've got a good one for you here. This is Dr. Michael Greger. And if you don't know about Dr. Michael Greger, he has got to be one of the best intelligent science type of doctors that you'd ever want to meet. And let me tell you, we're going to go right to his website here, and let me just share with you. This is actually the front page here. And right underneath his name, it actually says, all proceeds from Dr. Greger's books, DVDs, and speakings donated to charity. Whoa! How many doctors do you know that have a heart and passion like that donate all their proceeds to charities? Let me tell you, there's a lot of doctors that are in it for the money, but this man is in it for the passion. He has a heart to help you get healthy, and he's got the information, the scientific information. And of course, there's speaking dates and selected writings that you can go through. There's a subscribe button here. I haven't clicked on that. Let's see here. We've got a subscribe button. I'm sure you can just subscribe here to latest videos and articles. The one thing, and there's nutritional videos here that you can get nutritional videos. Once again, this is a doctor that is not selling you a pill. I do not recommend listening to any doctor who's going to sell you a pill as far as a supplement, vitamin, something to help cure your problems in life. And I call those carnival doctors, you know. And yeah, don't just stay away from any doctor that's going to sell you a pill, because usually their whole purpose is to sell you a pill. So all their research is designed to justify, validate, twist, manipulate in order to sell you that pill. And but anyway, this is where I want to share with you here. This is Michael Greger. He's actually from Cornell University. He was the one of the head doctors for the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine in Washington, D.C. And then nutritionalfacts.org picked him up. And this is nutritionalfacts.org. Nutritional, Nutritionalfacts, nutritionalfacts.org. And they picked him up as their head guy for nutritionalfacts.org. Now, nutritionalfacts.org is fantastic, let me tell you. And you can go right over here and subscribe to nutritionalfacts.org, and they will give you, I would like to receive news updates daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, well, good to know. I would like to receive video updates daily, weekly, or monthly. Well, this is good to know, because I actually do receive them daily, and I'm thinking, man, this is a lot of information to be getting every single day, get a video. But you can actually regulate if you only want a message once a week or once a month. I like that. Sometimes I don't like getting bombarded, but from this organization, I love getting bombarded, because they have so much intelligent information about getting healthy, so much intelligent science. This is the science guy. This is definitely the science guy, Michael Greger. And of course, they've got videos right here. They've also got the health topics from A to Z, and over 2,000 different topics and videos and articles and everything here. So there's a lot of information on here. Are green smoothies bad for you? And you can just click on the button and it'll bring it right over here to the next screen, and you can watch it right there. We actually have permission to air their videos on our programs, so we might have to do some of that here in the near future. Working on the technical aspect of it right now. But there you go, nutritionalfacts.org. And Michael Greger, definitely one of my top 10 doctors, and he knows how a plant-strong lifestyle is the healthiest lifestyle you can possibly have. He's the one, I don't know if I talked to you about this, but he's the one that they did studies, even with microscopes and everything, there's a video on it, and shows the differences between saturated fats that come from animals and saturated fats that come from plants. See, all the society and all the manufacturers and medical fields are grouping saturated fats into one big bundling effect of definitions and terminologies to hand it to you and say it's all about saturated fat. Doesn't matter where you get it from, but it does, because the saturated fats that come from animals actually crystallize in your arteries, and when they crystallize, they get these little spears, and really small. I'm just using this for an example here, but these little spears, and when they crystallize, these little spears will actually jab right through your arteries and burst your arteries, where the saturated fats from plants do not crystallize. They're smooth. And that's one of the huge differences between the saturated fats between animals and plants. And he's got a great video on that. But there you go, Dr. Michael Greger and nutritionalfacts.org, one of my top 10 doctors, and I suggest that you look at the information and really understand what a significant scientific discovery you're going to run into when it comes to healthy living. So we'll see you next time in the kitchen.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Mark and Melody in the Kitchen, and today we are cooking up something hot. It smells good already. What are we doing?
Corn chowder.
I love corn.
You remember that corn that we did, that big bushel?
Yes.
We were up to our ears in corn.
Up to our ears in corn.
So what we did was we took all those cores, the cobs, after we cut all the corn off of it, and I brought that in, boiled it, and just reduced it, made a stock out of it. So that's what you've got there as part of the stock.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it really smells good. I can smell the corn.
And then I want to do some celery.
Love celery.
The neatest part about getting a new stock of celery is to do it this way, because...
Do you want me to start?
Yes, I want everything in there. But I like having the greens and everything.
I do too,
and
Mark.
then I save this for my stocks and things like that. So
I'm just like you. I'm
works
going to
really
steal
good.
his knife real quick here. All right.
And of course some potatoes.
Taters.
And you can cut these any way you want, but
You know, potatoes are a complete food.
they are.
Do you know you can live on a potato? If that's all the food you ever had to eat, you could survive on a potato, because the man in Idaho did that from the Idaho Potato Company. Although there are some side effects to it, and it's weight loss, lower cholesterol.
I've
I
heard
go on
about
and
that.
on?
I've
Yeah.
heard about that.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah,
I read
you can
the story
lose a
on
lot
it.
of weight. Starch.
Starch.
Once again, the starch solution.
By Dr. John McDougall. Wonderful book. Love it.
Can't believe how many people out there are just so mesmerized by this. Stay off starches, stay off carbs and things like this, when that's what you should be eating the most of.
And you know, there are bad carbs and good carbs. And your complex carbohydrates are the starches in your carbohydrates in their natural form. But when you take a potato and make potato chips or French fries, then you have a refined carbohydrate. Simple carb is what they call them. And that's what you want to stay away from.
Yeah, people got to understand the differences there. Easy way to cut an onion.
Yes. So we would need, what, about 3 more
you go.
big potatoes?
You want more potatoes?
Love potatoes, yes.
Okay, I can do that.
Of course, that's probably about half the onion I like.
Oh, really?
I'm the onion queen. I love onions. No, that's good. That's good, but I love more potatoes.
You want more potato though? Cut a little piece there. How about that?
I love
Is that
it.
gonna be enough or want more?
Let me try it here. Let you look at it, see what you think.
Sometimes when you're doing stuff like this, you just create.
That's
Just
right.
Bring all the ingredients together, throw them in the pot.
You know, you might be somebody who likes less potatoes and you like more onion, or you don't want any bell pepper, you want carrots or something. There's no right or wrong way, is there, Mark?
You know,
it's just
the
the way you
interest-
like it. What
the
do you think
interesting
there
part
now?
is-
I like that.
The interesting part is kind of in the olden days,
Yes?
They didn't go by recipes.
No,
they just threw
they
the
did.
stuff in the pot, tried to get some flavor out of it.
Whatever
and
works.
Especially with things that were so limited. We're kind of spoiled in America, but
We are.
a lot of countries would be like, whoa, you know. So what do you think?
I think it's good because we're going to add some corn, aren't we?
And some of the McKay's chicken style seasoning will work pretty good
All right.
in there. But that's it. So all we've got in there, we've got a little we've got a little bit of the stock pot. But if you don't have that, you can just use water. And then we've added potatoes, red pepper, celery, and onion.
I'll let you open that.
So a real easy ingredient list there, isn't it? And we'll put a little bit of this in here, which you don't even need this. But this will give us the sodium and
So we don't even have to add it. If you want pepper, white pepper, black pepper, you could add that as well. And we're going to let this simmer for a while.
About a half hour, and then we'll come back and thicken it up, be ready to serve.
All right, we'll see you in just a few minutes then. Well, we're back in the kitchen, Mark. How long did it actually take you to cook your soup here?
20 minutes. I had a lid on it, but cooks a little
Okay.
quicker, just
So
like a pressure
it
cooker.
does like a pressure cooker. It steams
Yeah.
it there really well. Wow, it looks good. It really, wish we had smell-o-vision. It really smells so good.
Yeah, can you see all the colors though? They're
I
just
can.
bursting.
Look how beautiful it is.
That's why I don't like overcooking.
I don't either. I
the
don't either.
chowders.
If I'm going to have to, hopefully by the age of 100, I'll have smooth food. But up until then, maybe even a little bit more, I want to chew my food.
Yeah. Make sure you have.
I
all
still
your
have
teeth.
all my original teeth.
Amen. Now Melody made this. This is actually some cashews and water. Did you just do her?
I did a little. I used some stock.
Okay.
So I like the stock better. So we could have used water. It doesn't
And
matter.
blended cashews.
And I blended
just
the
as
cashew.
you're thickening. It's going to bring color to it, a little bit of flavor, because you're going to get some oil out of the cashews. You use
Right.
cashews, yeah.
And it'll be so rich. And what I like to do, Mark, is
I'd crank that on high too if you want.
I will. I'm going to turn it back up. But a lot of times when you put raw cashews into soup that's already hot, I turn the heat off of it completely so it doesn't curdle.
Oh, okay.
That can happen. It makes like a curdling action. See, this is already thickened up a little bit.
That's why you stir it in while you're.
That's why I stir it in. Now, this is a little thin for me still already, and I don't want you to worry about, oh, it's too thin. What am I going to do to thicken it up? What do you use, Mark? A crinkly bag.
I have. This is my secret ingredient. I've used it commercially in kitchens for years. We're
That's
just
right.
talking dry potato flakes, and it's 100% pure potatoes.
That's it.
Nothing else to it.
Not the instant mashed potatoes. These are just dried potato flakes. Like you, I use Bob's Red Mill. It's the best out there. And we're just going to stir some of these in.
It is an instant mashed potato.
It is.
But a lot of the ones you'll see in the grocery stores have all these chemicals and fillers and
Dairy.
additives to it. Even the good ones that we used to buy
Yes.
have now been all changed. The label,
awful.
everything has been changed, and but once in a while you'll still find the good ones out there.
Now I can feel this thickening up as I stir it. Stir or steer. Depends on what part of the country you're from, huh?
Tomato or tomato.
Tomato, tomato. You know, I grew up in
Need some more?
Texas for years, and so I have these crazy little sayings, and Mark's all the time laughing at me because I'll say something, just some off the
Yeah,
wall
just
thing.
like a one-eyed something from the cactus of.
Oh, well, just dip me in butter.
A little more,
Yes. Good, good.
and which adds to the potato flavor.
Yes.
But look at the
corn,
creaminess.
And you're still going to have the corn flavor in here because our corn was our broth.
Yeah.
And we have corn in there, and they can put more corn if they want to. Now, back in the old days, before my plant-based days, when I was very overweight and I was very unhealthy, there would have been butter, there would have been cheese, there would have been cream. But you know what, Mark? This tastes delicious. I love the way we
Still
eat
need a little
them.
bit more.
I think we're good. Don't you think? Look at that. Look how thick it's getting. Do you want more?
Yeah.
He's going to.
I just like
I
mine.
shouldn't have even asked.
I just like mine thick.
That's
Thick and
okay.
hearty.
Thick and hearty.
Yeah. And by the way, without the cream and without the cashews thickening this up, you would just have a potato soup.
A potato corn
Rather
chowder.
than a chowder, it's a soup. So all
Right.
we do is you thicken
Oh,
it
I
up
see
and
what you're
turns it
saying.
into a chowder.
Right, and if you're watching fats and you're like, oh, I really don't want to use cashews because I'm watching my fats. So we know the difference between essential fats and non-essential fats, which cashews are an essential. You can even use brown rice and cream brown rice. The potatoes, just use the potatoes by themselves. So there are alternatives to that.
And of course, I left the skins on these.
I do too. I do not I do not peel my potatoes.
Now, if you want the color, some people are looking for that visual perfection, and they don't like those skins in there, but the skins really give it a nice flavor.
There is so many chemicals, so many nutrients in the skin. I mean, that's where the skin of your food, that's where most of your vitamins are. Oh, yummy. Now, this is mine.
Well, I just thought this is kind of a nice little crock to
By
present
Crocky?
it. Yeah, to present it in. And I think that's a nice visual way to do that, don't you?
I do. I'm jumping
Oh, and
the
you
gun
already
for
got
it.
the towel to wipe that off.
Yeah, it's all about visual to me.
Yeah, and that's a big habit of mine when you're shuffing out there before a plate ever goes up. Or you can just do the little cup like this. And but look at those colors. I just love the colors in here. So you would do a plate like this, but I want to share with you a little something here to give you another perspective on this. Would be to put a little bread with it, right? Like that. And then what I saved when we did those, all that shucking,
All the shucking.
you just save some of this and then just
Oh,
put it
how
on the plate.
beautiful.
And doesn't that just kind of,
I love that, Mark.
it sets it off and really sets the tone for the food.
Now, could you not cut grill that on both sides and put like croutons over the top of it and even kind of stir that in? I was all about bread, trust me. And put that into your soup as well?
Oh,
Top
sure.
it?
There's a dozen different things you could do with this all the way around. But really, this is the basics.
This is the
You
basics.
can run with it in different ways and accompany it with lots of different things. But I think that's a good presentation just to save some
Wow.
of those.
Wow,
You
how
could let these
awesome.
dry too and just reuse them over and over.
Sure
you
you
could have
can.
a bag of them.
Sure you can.
We've scattered tables with them just as a
A fall presentation.
presentation, right?
That
So
looks beautiful.
that easy.
It's wonderful. I'm
There you
sure
go.
it tastes wonderful. I will be trying this real quick.
Hey, we'll see you next time in the kitchen.
Thanks.
Just wanted to remind you that my books are available on my website at chefmarkanthony.com, or you can call the number on the screen. And if you get the answering machine, make sure you leave your number so we can call you right back. A lot of times when the shows are airing, the phone's ringing off the hook, but we want to make sure that we get you this valuable information. Now, this is my $25 book called Vegan Simplicity, and it's got a lot of great recipes in it. You're going to love this book. It's just fast, easy recipes. And this is my book, Simply Incredible, which is a hardcover book, and 400 pages of full color. I mean, this thing's got such great recipes in it. You are absolutely going to love this book. 400 pages, full color, stitched binding, and it's got a lot of the information in the beginning about the baby steps that we talk about, baby steps to an amazingly healthier you. And if you don't have the chart yet, all you have to do is send in any donation that will help us continue to grow this ministry, and we will send you this chart for any donation. And this is such a great chart because it helps you track trends so you can see how your success is going along. And so that's available. My books are available, even Melody Prettyman's book. We got lots of things available. And I just want to thank you, though, because of you, we are able to sustain ourselves as a ministry and continue to grow. Our passion is to get this health message out to more and more people, because we know when you get healthier physically, you're going to get healthier mentally, and you're going to have a better connection with God. And that's what we're here for, is we have a passion to draw people closer to Christ. And we know that when people get healthier, everything falls into place. And so thank you for your support. And we'll see you next time in the kitchen. Hey, Mark Anthony here, and I'm with Melody Prettyman, Chef Melody, AKA your healthy helper.
And I'll tell you, you want somebody that knows nutrition, knows health, knows home remedies, this is the lady to talk to. You know, I can wow you with food, but she's got more of an education when it comes to healthy cooking. Did I raise you up enough?
Hang on, is there something to hold me down?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's such a blessing to work with you again.
You too, always.
You know, we've worked in a lot of different places.
We have. We love it, don't we?
And where have you been lately?
Tennessee, the Carolinas, South and North Carolina, Texas, you name it. I've just been busy.
Are you planning some more tours?
Oh, always planning tours. I'm going to hit it pretty heavy this year.
Yeah? Where are you planning?
Mostly in the Michigan, northern Illinois, Pennsylvania, Ohio, northern Ohio, Indiana area.
So basically, if you're in America, you can give her a call and we'll have her information at the end of the segment. And you do have a website too, right?
I do at melodyprettyman.com.
Easy enough to remember. So what are we making today?
Today we are making a healthy artichoke dip.
Okay.
You know, you have basketball, I know just with the Final Four or March Madness, you have football, you have baseball, and people like to
Super
veg
Bowl.
out. You do. They like to veg out around the TV sometimes, so I want to give them something that's healthier, a healthier option for that.
And anytime you put artichokes in it, it gives people the mentality of rich, savory, high calorie, high fat, because most of the artichoke dips you find, it's just
Have a lot of
loaded.
fat. Yeah, they have a lot of cream cheese, they have a lot of sour cream, they have a lot of Parmesan style cheeses, so all of those contribute to the fat, plus the high sodium.
So we're actually doing a healthier style.
We're doing a healthy one.
What do you got for me?
Well, what I want you to do first is I want you to put those artichokes in there, and we're going to ground these up a little bit.
Okay. We can do that with nothing else.
Not right now. I just want to get them a little blended.
Okay.
That's good.
That's it.
That's it. Let's put some onion, some garlic.
And we're just doing all of this, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it all.
Quarter
We have
cup,
it pre-measured.
couple cloves of garlic, looks like.
Nutritional yeast flakes
Oh,
instead of the Parmesan.
love these.
I do too. Such nutritional yeast flakes is your vitamin B12 for somebody that's a vegan, and it's your cheese flavor.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going to pulsate this a little bit.
Okay. I better grab one of those wooden spoons over there too. Just to
There you go.
stir this around a little bit.
Mark,
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, I like the unflavored, no sugar added soy yogurt, or they have a coconut yogurt, they have almond yogurts. You want one with the least amount of ingredients in it, so we don't want it so processed.
Okay.
We want to keep out the fat,
So we're just doing plain,
plain unflavored yogurt.
unsweetened.
Unsweetened, yes.
Okay. Coconut. This is a coconut one. There's
coconut.
there's some soy ones. There's a whole bunch of different flavors nowadays.
There really is. I love lemon in everything. If you want to squeeze a couple, one lemon, so just squeeze both of those right in there.
Okay. Isn't that cool?
He uses these fancy
that hot or
devices.
what?
I use my hand.
Well, I used to do that, but check this out.
Too many seeds. Isn't that awesome? And what have we got there? Oh, fresh lemon. It's so good. And you know, to cut down on sodium, because we know
want
too
another
much
one?
sodium. Let's do it. Too much sodium is not good for you. So instead, we'll add the lemon juice to bring up that flavor.
Right, exactly.
That's good. And this is just a little bit of vegenaise.
Okay.
Veganase, some people call it vegenaise.
Vegenaise. Which has a little bit of fat in it, but you can see the fraction here is 10 to 1 compared to what most recipes have.
Definitely.
Okay. A little salt.
Little salt.
That's a teaspoon.
And for people who are low sodium or on a salt-free diet, just don't add the salt.
Yeah. And even then, there is salt in the artichokes if you use the canned artichokes. So
There is.
yeah, you don't need a lot of salt. Am I going to keep going with this?
Just a little bit. There you go. Now, we want to add, I don't really want it too red, so I just want to pulse my fire roasted bell pepper.
I'm going to do this just one more time.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And then we're just going to, you want all of these in here? Or?
That's good.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Sometimes you can just look at it and say,
You know,
but that's all you want to do with that.
yes.
Okay.
Mark knows from experience, chefs don't ever measure. That's the hardest thing we have to do. We eye everything. So unfortunately, it makes it hard for people who do follow a recipe.
Right, but that's why, a lot of times I like doing these where people are actually seeing what we're doing and they're getting the concept. I mean, I like to teach concepts about healthy cooking.
I do too.
And with a lot of healthy cooking, you don't need recipes.
You don't.
So many people are cooking with recipes when they need to be cooking with less recipes. Eat more whole natural foods, eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. What do you need a recipe for this for? Celery, carrots, broccoli, oatmeal.
You can name whatever vegetable you want to use, basically to use as dipping. You do not have to use fattening potato chips, fattening corn chips. You don't have to use processed breads. You can use something that's better is unprocessed. That's why you have reversed some of your health problems. I have too. How much weight have we lost between us?
I think I'm down 70 and I think you're down 80 or something.
100. So think of all that weight loss that we did by eating as natural as possible.
And that's key to it. I mean,
Taste it, Mark.
I am going to have to, yes.
See what you think.
Well, it's got some thickness. It's a little dippity there, so.
I like dippity.
Dippity-doo.
Dippity-doo. Now, you can also put this in a casserole dish and put it in the oven and heat it.
Interesting. I'm going to just keep eating here.
Okay, we're done.
That is really good.
Should I put it in a plate for you?
The artichoke, nutritional yeast flakes, and that red pepper and the lemon's what I'm tasting.
And that's what
what's
you
really
should
popping. Not too salty. I thought it was going to be salty, but it's really not. So.
Well, we don't have a lot of salt in the other components like we put in with the yogurt, and of course it's a plant-based.
And there's salt in celery.
There is natural salt and celery.
So, and people do need salt. That's the kind of least of my worries. But you got to reduce that oil and sugar and everything.
And I tell people when they ask me in a lot of the seminars I do, what if I would want to put dill in here? What if I want to put something else in there? My advice is put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in.
Go for it.
Yeah. Don't you think dill would be great? Oh wow, I love dill in anything, just savory.
No, it is just a work of art.
It's a work of art.
It's that easy to do healthy cooking at home. You don't need to get all carried away once you learn your flavors and everything, and just take it one step at a time. Start by setting up your kitchen the way it should be, with the refrigerator and the freezer. And if you can design your kitchen to be a healthier lifestyle, you can make stuff like this in minutes. You don't have to run down to the store because most of these ingredients should already be in your refrigerator. And that's kind of the concept I have is get your refrigerator set up. I've always got lemons. You got lemons in your fridge.
I live with lemons. I do. I buy a lot of lemons.
The one thing about lemons is that they raise your alkaline level in your body. And the people that eat the most lemons have the least amount of cancers. The people that eat the most vegetables have the least amount of cancers because vegetables raise your alkaline level in your body. And that's what you want is an alkaline body.
What raises your acidicness in the body?
Meats, cheeses, yeah.
Dairy products.
Yeah.
Anything that comes from an animal, it offsets that balance of what we need because cancer normally doesn't grow in an alkaline body. It grows in an acidic
Yeah, and so you want a water-based body. You want higher water content and higher fiber and not just water but food as well. So fabulous. All right. Well, make sure you check out Melody's website at melodyprettyman.com. And of course, my website's available and we'll have the recipes out there if you want exact recipes or you can just create. And we will see you next time in the kitchen.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our program today. This was just a fun little easy. This was easy recipe day. Yeah.
I love it. I love food. I love cooking. I love eating it. I love to see people eat. Don't you love to make a dish and wait for them to taste it? And when they do, when their eyes just perk up, you're like, yay!
Yeah.
I mean, we've come up with some amazing recipes in the last 6 months, Mark. So these new cookbooks down the road that we're doing. Wow.
And my whole thing is the simpler the better. I'm
absolutely.
really drawing into that simplicity
Yeah.
with this fast-paced world. We just need to get them the flavor.
That's it. Well, see, his recipes are mostly simply, what is it? You've got a couple of them, but you've got one that talks about simplicity.
Yeah, vegan simplicity, simply
And
incredible.
mine talks about
the cookbooks.
yummy.
Simply
So we
yummy.
take the Simply Yummy and we mix them together. So we want your recipes to be fast, easy to make, and great tasting and healthy.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, you guys can always send us recipes.
Yes.
We love to tweak them and make them even better. Sometimes we'll use your exact recipe on television. We've done that a few times. I've even done a book where I've got 100 recipes from people all over the country in that book with their names. So by all means, just send us an email with your recipes.
Even questions. If
we'll
you have
have fun with
questions about a certain recipe, or you've tried one and you haven't been able to just quite get it right, but give us some information where we could try it again, please email us your questions, your comments, and your recipes, because we'd love to incorporate that in some of our filming.
Yeah, we're pretty easy to get a hold of.
We
Most
are.
people are like, what? You answer the phone?
Yeah.
Don't you have a secretary? Yeah, call my people and have my people call my other people to call my people who know me, and then they can get a hold of my people, to get a hold of your people. And
well, if you call Mark and you want a secretary, he'll probably send you to me. And if you call me and you want a secretary, I'll just probably send you over to Mark.
This is Mark.
But I get really tickled at people calling and they'll say, I wanted to talk to Melody Priedman. And I'll say, okay, what can I do for you? Well, could you get this message
To her?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm listening. Oh, you're Melody? You answered your phone? It's like, well, sure I do.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's
Love
it.
people.
Here to help you get healthy.
Yes.
And that's what the whole message is about, sharing the whole message with you and showing you how to get healthy. So, Mark and Melody, and we will see you next time.